In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your rear wheel bearing and hub on your Chevy Cruze. It's located behind your rear wheel. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove our hubcap. Remove the hubcap. We're going to use a 19mm socket to remove the lug nuts, to remove the wheel. Remove the wheel. We're going to remove our brake caliper and our rotor. Using a 15mm socket, we're going to remove our 2 bolts that are holding the caliper on. Make sure you have a good hand on the caliper. And now you can remove your caliper and hang it up. I have a hanger ready, and we're just going to hang this up over here. And now we're going to remove our rotor. Typically, you would have a screw here holding on your rotor. If yours is missing, you can just pull your rotor off. If it's not, you're going to need like a impact drive Phillips head, most likely, to undo it. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to take out this bottom bolt on our shock so we can move it out of the way to get to the bolts in the back for the wheel bearing. Make sure that you have a pole jack holding up the rear of the car. Now we're going to take out our 4 bolts for our wheel bearing. We're going to start on this side. We're going to get out this bolt and this one on top. And then we're going to move the shock over and get the one over here and up there. Let's start with our 15mm socket and get this bottom one out first. You are going to want to spray some rust penetrant on the other side where the rotor goes if you're as rusty as we are. One. I am using a long socket as well, otherwise you're not going to be able to get in there. Now we're going to move this over. Now we're going to move our shock over. You might have to pry it up and out of the way too. Just put it where you need it in order to get to the other bolts. You're going to push your shock over this way, and we're going to lower down the rear end a little bit with our pole jack. Make sure it's supported somewhat, and we're going to compress our shock and get it out of the way. For the other side, I'm using the same socket, but with a swivel and an extension, and we're going to take this bolt out. And now for our last one, I'll use the same setup. You're going to want to have a hand on the other side if you see that wheel bearing fall a little bit, and just make sure it doesn't fall on the ground. All right, now we're going to remove our wheel bearing and our dust shield. Looks like the rest of this wants to come with it. I'm going to leave my bolt in there, and that's going to hold everything in place. I'm going to keep this bolt here and we're going to clean this up. I'm going to remove this. You don't have to remove your sensor though. And we're going to clean this side and this side. If you don't have one of these, you can obviously use some emery cloth or sandpaper. And now we need to clean the inside also, here, all the way around. Just make sure you don't hit that sensor. Make sure you just rinse it off. Make sure you clean your backing plate off as well. We're going to put our backing plate on. Make sure that the holes that are closer together are on the bottom. And slide it over your bolt. Now you can put your bearing in. Make sure the same way. 2 holes that are closer together are on the bottom. And you're going to push it in like that and get your bolt started on the other side. Make sure you thread that bolt in. And when you're done and it's flush, you're gonna put the rest of the bolts in from the other side. Now we're gonna get all the rest of our bolts started. Make sure you move your bearing accordingly to line up the holes. Once you get a couple going, the rest will be easier. Let's tighten these down a little bit, and then we'll torque them. You're going to want to do this in a crisscross way. So I did my bottom one first, and now I'm going to go up top to the opposite side. Now I'm going to go to this corner. And finally this one. Let's torque these to 36 foot-pounds and then go another 1/8 of a turn. So that's the 36 foot-pounds, and we're going to go 1/8 of a turn. Go to the opposite corner. Eighth of a turn. Now we're going to go down here. 1/8 of a turn. And then the top one. And go 1/8 of a turn. All right, now we're going to line up our shock and put our bolt in. So I'm just going to push this over. And we're going to lower down our rear end and line up the hole. Line it up. Get it started. Let's tighten it up and torque it. Let's snug it up. And we'll torque it. We're going to torque this to 74 foot-pounds. We're going to lower our pull jack now. We don't need it anymore. And take it away. Make sure you put some anti-seize on your hub. Line up your hole for the screw if you have one, even if you don't. And if you don't have one, you can use a lug nut to hold it on, so you can get your caliper on without any fuss. Now we're going to remove our hanger for our caliper and put our caliper on. Slide it over the rotor. Get your bolt started. We're going to snug these up and torque them to 74 foot-pounds and then go another 1/8 of a turn. That's 74. And that's 1/8 of a turn. And we're going to do the same on the top here. That's 74. And 1/8 of a turn. Install the wheel. Start your lug nuts by hand. I'm going to start with this one in the bottom and walk the wheel in. Now I'm going to do it in a crisscross manner. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 100 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a star-like pattern. Now we're going to put our hubcap on, line it up with your valve stem and your lug nuts. Once they're all snug, you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.